Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com. I have a video today on some new to the store, Citizen chronographs, Super Titanium Zenshin. Hope I'm pronouncing it right. Chronographs. It's part of a series of, I believe, 9 watches. The Echo Drive three-handers, and there's an automatic version. Those are all exclusive, I believe, to Citizen at this point. But the chronographs are for regular schmoes like myself. I'm doing this video to highlight how amazing, how I believe that Citizen is edging up their game. Although Citizen is much bigger than Seiko. I really should say that. You guys should know that. Edging up their game on dials and materials, and they're doing an amazing job. But I say that because there will be a video that I'll try to get out in the next couple of days, which there's a Seiko watch I'm going to review, which I won't have. It's a personal watch that I think is just one of the most beautiful watches I've ever seen. I've never seen it in real life. I've only seen it in pictures. I can't wait to get it. Anyway, my own wrist. Today I am wearing, wow, this watch was amazing. This is the Islander Journey BDL77 that I did in conjunction with the Brian Lavalette Scholarship Foundation. 2 versions. This is the 40mm version. It sold out on day 1. And then there's a 36mm version also. There's some pieces remaining. We're donating 100% of the revenue generated from this watch to their foundation. I'm so overwhelmed and amazed and thankful for the support that you guys are showing Islander, Long Island Watch, the foundation, everything. A thumbs up to you. And on my other wrist, what am I wearing? It's a Damasco DC86 on that chunky bracelet. That's enough talk. Let's get to the watches. So in my 30 seconds of research for this video, I did want to look up what Zenshin meant. And I don't know, it was a meaning of the whole body or whatever. Maybe someone can give me a better translation down below. But what I did come across was a small blurb from a blog that said that the watch was originally called the Forza. And however, I'm not a gamer, but I do remember this, that there is a racing game called Forza. So yeah, I wonder if this was a little trademark problem or, confusion. Although, watches and racing, not really, obviously, they're industries that one lends itself to the other, but I can't imagine there would be confusion. But maybe this was just to avoid confusion, or maybe this was the result of a cease and desist. Who knows? I don't know. But they are beautiful, beautiful watches. So the Citizen Zenshin Super Titanium Chronograph. It's going to come in 3 colors. This beautiful silvery ice, silver white. They all have this nice textured dial, which is really what gets me on these. A salmon dial. And oh man, this one I love. This light blue dial. Maybe we'll do this one. As I said in the opening, there are 3 versions of this watch. There's a 3-handed Eco. There is an automatic with its offset small seconds, and then the chronograph. The prior 2, the 3-hander and the auto, are exclusives to Citizen's website, so I can't get them. But what is that? Is that from me? Probably. Maybe not. But I can get the chronograph. So all these are going to have an MSRP of $625. Street price, you want to see it, come to the website and check it out. So super titanium means it is titanium, but it's coated with a little something to make it a little more scratch resistant than your standard grade 2 titanium would be. Beautiful, kind of that, we're going to call it a PRX bracelet or whatever, this kind of vintage sports bracelet. Really nice. So you're not changing the bracelet on these. If you wanted a leather strap, you kind of have to custom cut one. I guess it's possible, but I can't imagine someone does that. So it's running on Citizen's Echo Drive, Eco Drive, we're going to call it B620. So it's bringing in light through these 3 subdials. Okay, and it is powering the watch, so it doesn't see any light for several months. It will keep running and be accurate. So it is super titanium. It is super lightweight, 103 grams on this bracelet. Size, 42.5 millimeters here, 11.8 thick to A, sapphire, crystal, 44 millimeters. I don't know, like from here to here, like at this trapezoid of the case kind of looks like an upside down trapezoid, if you will, a regular trapezoid. 44 millimeters from here to here. A solid screw down case back with absolutely 0 markings. You do also, that sticker in the middle does say banned China. But that's not exclusive to a Japanese brand. I got news for you. Most of your Swiss brands make their brands in China too, because the band does not come into the 60% calculation for a Swiss watch. Shocker. I did a video on that. You might want to check it out. It is a 2-position micro adjust push button clasp. No real fanfare to it. And it is sized with pins. Let's see. So 100 meters of water resistance. On this one, I told you it weighs 103 grams. Beautiful, beautiful dial. So it is this kind of sand textured dial, speckled, and this to me is what they are starting to do to eat Seiko's lunch a bit more. Typically, for me at least, a lot of the Citizen dials are, nice colors, but they lack sometimes in the texture department, and that's what Seiko just does so well. But this is a beautiful, beautiful dial texture and a beautiful color. Easy to read. So it is a chronograph we're looking at right now. It is 1010. It has a tachometer around the outside. You would press the top right button. That is your start. You have, this is running seconds down here. And this is elapsed chronograph minutes here on the left. So it is a 1-hour chronograph. You cannot time over 1 hour. After 1 hour, this will just continue to go around and around. And you can probably see that the hand is starting to move over on that indicator there. So you'll stop it. Whoops. I'm sorry, I pressed it. I didn't mean it. There we go. You'll stop it. There we go. And then you'll reset. It is not a mecha quartz. There is a little bit of a click that you heard, but you can tell it's not mecha quartz by the way it snaps back to 0. It is not fast. It just gradually goes back to 0. So this is a standard AM/PM indicator on the right. They include it for balance on the dial because it'll look funny just to have these two registers, I'm sure. And then we have a nice date tucked away. Is it halfway in between the 4 and the 5? It is indeed directly halfway between the 4 and the 5. I like that. So I don't know. So this is the light blue dial. Sorry for the crunchiness. I just don't want to de-sticker them. These are sale units. This is the silver dial. They call it silver white. I don't know. To me, it's silver in any light. This is a silver dial. Really nice looking. I love the case. Let's check out the case, the facets. Not much going on in the rounded department. You have your brushing, you have your polishing, kind of falling in line with what the style of the bracelet itself is. And then you have that kind of salmon, orangey, rosish, whatever you want to call it. I think they call it salmon. You can see the subdials there are sunk below the main dial. And that is, again, because those 3 subdials are actually the solar collectors. Citizen, Miyota I should say, does make a solar movement. I think I've covered it. I covered it in a prior video, I believe, where the solar collector is actually the ring outside. Spoiler alert, Islander is coming out with a 38mm solar diver that uses that movement with the ring on the outside. So we have beautiful textured dials. Oh, that one's going to be awesome. I can't wait for that. That's later this year. So these are the 3 that you get to pick from in my store. If you want the automatic or the 3-handed version, like I said, I think you got to go to Citizen. But let's see the Lume, wrist, and get out of here. So there you go. It glows fairly well. It is, I'm not going to say BGW9, obviously, because it's not super luminova, but it is giving off a blue hue. Just for comparison, here's my Islander Journey with the C3 instead. It's the green. But blue does give off a little bit, a little bit less light than the green would, but still easy to tell the time. KitKat at 12, no problems there. Probably worth me mentioning that the chronograph hands were not lumed, in case you couldn't tell. So here it is on my 6.5, 6.75 interest. I'm pretty much 6.5 below the bone, 6.75 above. We are just 44, we are just 44 on the lug tip to lug tip, so it's gonna fit me just fine. It'll fit a lot of your wrist just fine. I do realize that it is a 42.5, so you think, wow, that's like an SKX size. And it is, sure, but it's got a very short lug to lug. We do have an integrated bracelet, as I said in the beginning. So I don't know, bends down nice. So you really can't say it's not negative end links, but it does a darn fine job. And I think that'll wrap it up for us today, showing you the Citizen Zenshin Super Titanium Chronograph. I didn't say model numbers. They all start with like CA4610. You'll figure it out. I'll link to it. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Woo! Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. questions, comments, anything else you wish to say, you can put it down below. I'll be sure to address it as soon as I can. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.